इंट्रोडक्शन फिर से कर दे एक बारी, बहुत अच्छे से कर दे।
Okay. Hello friends, I am Dr. Ashraf Kesrani. Right now I am doing my general medicine post graduation in Maulana Azad Medical College. Currently I am second year PG. Basically today we will be discussing how to approach an ECG of tachycardia. For that I think I should also touch upon some of the ECG basics so that you can recap or revise the basics of ECG, which is very important to look when we are looking at any ECG. So we all know routinely we are performing a 12 lead ECG. Okay. Before that, just let me clarify one thing. ECG is electrical activity of heart. Why I am mentioning this? This is to differentiate that it has nothing to do with the mechanical activity of the heart. It can give us idea about mechanical activity indirectly, but it doesn't have anything to do with the mechanical activity of the heart. So in the 12 lead ECG that we routinely see when we see ECG of our friend or some patient or anybody, so in that we have three bipolar limb leads. Lead 1, lead 2 and lead 3 in Roman letters. These are bipolar limb leads. We have three augmented unipolar limb leads. AVR, AVL and AVF. And routinely we have 6 chest leads. From V1, V2, V3, V4, V5 and V6, starting from right side of the sternum till the mid axillary line. So now many do have a question that why we need this many number of leads when we have just one heart. It's just basically we want to look at the heart from various directions, so we can get, so by knowing changes in specific leads we can comment on. For example, in the myocardial infarction we can tell about the part of the heart which is involved. This is one of the example I am giving to explain you. So basically we have 12 leads which look at the heart from various directions. So, and routinely you will always see there is one more long lead that is there below the whole ECG, which is usually lead number 2. Usually it is advised that most of the calculations that we routinely do and even the rhythm that we see for the overall ECG, it should be seen in the lead, it should be seen in lead 2, and hence this is also considered as the rhythm strip, as it is a long, basically taken on a long lead. From just 3 and 4 ECG complexes we cannot comment about the rhythm of the ECG, so we need a long lead so that we can know about the rhythm, whether it is regular or it is irregular, and we can calculate heart rate and know whether the patient is having bradycardia, tachycardia, etc. So any lead, if you see, routinely we have one P wave, then you have a QRS complex, then you have a T wave, and so on. You all know this, basically P wave. This is P wave, which is due to atrial depolarization. This is the PR segment. this whole is PR interval. So PR segment is mainly for atrial repolarization, and more importantly it is because of the AV nodal delay. AV nodal delay. Why this is important to know? Basically, whenever we will be studying about the heart blocks, that is the bradyarrhythmias, in that this part becomes very important. So in case of heart blocks, that is AV nodal blocks, we will be seeing prolongation of PR interval. So this is PR segment, and PR interval covers both the P wave plus the PR segment. This is basic rule that interval will include a wave, positive or negative deflection, and segments are usually the flat lines, usually which are isoelectric. This is the QRS complex, which is due to ventricular depolarization. This is the this is the ST segment. This is something which is very important for many pathologists. So normally this is an isoelectric segment. So let me make one thing clear. When I say isoelectric, ECG is taken in such a way that the isoelectric segment is the TP segment. This is the T wave and this is the next P wave. So TP segment is always going to be isoelectric. So whenever we say there is PR segment elevation depression, ST segment elevation depression, it is usually compared, it has to be compared with the TP segment, which is always isoelectric. This is the convention that has been done with the ECG machines. But usually PR segment is mostly isoelectric, so we frequently compare ST segment with PR segment. But ideally we have to compare it with TP segment only. Then basically this is the time, ST segment is the time. QRS is due to ventricular depolarization, and after depolarization contraction of the ventricle start. During this time there is no electrical activity, heart is just mechanically contracting, there is no change in electrical voltages across the heart, so we get a isoelectric segment. And then the T wave is basically because of ventricular repolarization. So this is a very basic of ECG. Obviously this need to be studied in detail, but we are just revising whole thing in a very short period of time. So we would be switching over to the main topic of today's, that is the tachycardia. Before that, I would just give you a simple overview, a simple idea about how do we calculate the heart rate.